What's up guys, I'm Carl with Finesse PC. Today's going to be a quick video. I really wanted to talk about this case that I'm working in, as well as some upcoming shows that I'll be at. So I mainly wanted to talk about this Fractal Design Define R6 case. This is going to be for my next project. I will be taking this case to Quakecon. I've used Fractal Design cases in the past. This will be my third Fractal Design case. I have a Define C, a Meshify C, and then this will be the Define R6. So this is the ultimate water cooling case. I've used NZXT cases. I've used my last case was an InWin. Fractal Design produces a case that they really think about the user. They really think about the small details, such as cable routing, water cooling routing. I'm going to show you some of those features in a minute. Also, I've switched out some of the brackets here. This is a blackout case. I have the panels off of it right now, but this is the blackout tempered glass. I've switched out these fans with these Lee & Lee Bora fans, as well as these brackets here. I've also rerouted some of the cabling and moved a panel. So I've already kind of started on it, but this is kind of what you can expect from a Fractal Design product. Their quality out of the box is the best I've used out of all the cases that I've used so far. So let's get into it. I'm going to just do a couple close-ups of a couple options that I really like about this case and what I think could be done better, but really, to me, this is a perfect case for water cooling, at least for what I'm going to be doing. So let's get into it. So this is a good look at the interior of the case. Right now, I have both of the panels removed, as well as some other fans installed. It has support for fans across the top, exhaust fan at the rear, and 3 intake fans in the front. So you can put a total of 7 fans in here. They come standard with these Fractal Design 120 millimeter fans. One was right here, as well as these 140 millimeter Fractal Design fans in the front, which I've removed. So you get a total of 3 fans with the case. I've replaced those with these Lee & Lee fans for now, but this panel here I've pushed to the back. It originally comes right up front here. I've pushed it to the back because I'm going to be mounting some water cooling hardware under here. When this panel is pushed forward, I'm going to show you in a minute the rear of the case. When this panel is pushed forward, these fans are not visible. It's basically a wall here, and allows it is removable. It has some mounting for hard drives and SSDs behind here. But I've pushed it back now, so it'll come different out of the box than what you see. You have 2 SSD brackets here that is mountable through the hardware they give you. Also, you get the PCIe brackets, as well as a vertical GPU mount standard with this case. It comes with the standoffs pre-installed. These cable grommets here are incredible. These are the best cable grommets I've seen on a case, period. This is pretty standard with all Fractal cases. They do a really good job on cable management. There's plenty of them across the top there. You can see just all around for cable routing. This is a good front shot of the case with the front panel. So for your interface here, you have your power button, your reset button, your audio jacks as well. They give you 4 ports up here. 2 USB 2.0 and 2 USB 3.0. Now there is an optional interface you can buy through Fractal Design that will provide you a USB Type-C port. Personally, I think that USB Type-C should be on all interfaces of cases from here on out, but I bet there's an additional cost that is prohibitive for case manufacturers to include it. Anyway, they do offer you that option to upgrade this. The panel here, I've got switched around. So in here you would get a dust filter, which I've removed, as well as an optical drive spot for Blu-ray, things like that. This is a soundproofed panel here, and it is optional to open from this side as far as opening this way out. Now I've moved it here to where you can kind of open it from the correct side, but either way it is movable. It has these little bitty pieces in here that just kind of clip in, and it's real smooth. This is a brushed aluminum panel in the front, which is very nice. This is kind of a Fractal standard. I really like this. Here on top, I'm going to rotate the case around a little bit to the back. So here at the back of the case, you can kind of see the you have your exhaust fan, your brackets, your power supply. There's a button here which allows you to open the top of the case. So this is for mounting your radiators and hardware. This has a dust filter as well, so you can actually go without the metal panel and use just the dust filter up top. So moving to the back of the case here, I've reinstalled this panel up top to kind of show you what options you have up here. This button actually releases the top panel of the case, where you have the included dust filter, which is removable. Now you can run with just the dust filter up top and without the metal panel if you wish. This piece here is a whole set of rails here that comes out. There's several screws in here that allow you to pull this railing section out to attach your radiators. This is set up for a quad radiator, a big large radiator. The water cooling support on this is incredible. You have this whole big radiator up here with several sizes, enough for a 360 up top and even a 240 on the floor, as well as a 120 back here. So you can fit all size radiators inside this case. You can see they've included a fill port for water cooling reservoirs up top here. Instead of having to drill your own, of course they've drilled one for you. So I'm going to move to the back of the case here and kind of show you what it looks like. So this is the back of the Fractal Design Define R6. As you can see, we've got 2 SSD brackets here. I actually have an SSD mounted here to kind of show you, but there's an included brackets that mount right here for 2 more SSDs, as well as the 2 that you saw in the front there. We've got a section here for some cable management. Fractal Design is pretty good about putting these Velcro channels for cable management. It's been on almost every Fractal case that I've used. You can also see these little railings here that allow you to zip tie. They're kind of all over the place too. They're in the front on as well. For routing cables, you can always zip tie cables to these little brackets here. This is the Fractal Design fan hub that they include on this specific case. Now you can plug into your PWM port on your motherboard, as well as SATA power to give you control up to 9 fans through your motherboard. So basically you would plug all the fans into your case, and you'd put all the fans in your case and basically plug them into this hub, connect it to the motherboard here, and you would have control over all those fans through your motherboard software, as well as you could leave it on auto, and they'd be temperature controlled. So that's kind of a thing. Whenever you're doing heavy water cooling and you have multiple radiators, this could be very helpful. Now with the Lee fans that I've already installed in here, I'm gonna have to switch this out to their proprietary controller. They have their own specific connections here that are just, I think this is a 6-pin. Yeah, this is a 6-pin controller. So I'm gonna have to switch that out. You can see I have the interface cables routed over here. Now this is pretty incredible. I have this panel moved back to the back for some water cooling parts, but when this is in the forward position in the very front, the way it comes out of the box, these are actually for hard drive trays. So you actually have these, they give you these trays that you would mount, you know, a 3.5 or SSDs to, and they would mount like so on here, and they would screw in, you know, this screw would screw in here on this rail. Basically there's 9 of these. You have support for 9 hard drives or SSDs plus the 4 that you saw in the front. That's incredible. That is the, you know, that is the most I've seen in a case that I've used. And I've used NZXT cases, InWin, Fantex. I've used the Fantex case. This is my 3rd Fractal. This is the most storage options that I've seen in a case. So it's kind of the ultimate case for water cooling, storage. Even if you put a huge air cooler in here, you could fit any size air cooler in here, whether it's, you know, those large Noctuas, large Be Quiet coolers. This really is the ultimate case for compatibility. All hardware is going to be compatible with this. It has support for the biggest radiators, the biggest reservoirs, the most cables. Really, this is the most universal case I've used. Well guys, I kind of wanted to just give my thoughts on Fractal Design and their products. I've been using these cases, and I happen to have this one in front of me for my latest build. I was highly impressed with this case. I will be using Fractal Design cases and many more builds to come. The thing with this build, I'm going to be taking this to Quakecon 2018 in Dallas, Texas, where hopefully if I get it built the way I want it to, by the time that comes around, I will be entering this in the Modders Inc. case mod competition to kind of see how I do. I have a big plan for this case. I'm not sure if I'll be able to get it done in time. I have a vacation coming up where I'm going to be away, and I don't know if I will get everything in this case the way I want it to. So yeah, I will be at the BYOC up at Quakecon for 4 days, and this will be my first Quakecon experience, so I'm pretty excited. I do have a couple of videos planned for the next couple weeks, including some water cooling hardware, the build for this as well. I have almost all my parts. I'm going to be installing those next here in the next couple days. So I do have some videos that I'm going to be pumping out. I'm pretty active on Twitter if you wanted to follow me over there. I post pictures regularly of kind of what I'm doing with my builds and hardware and stuff like that. But I go by Finesse PC on Twitter. So otherwise, thanks for subscribing to this channel. If you like these videos, feel free to give it a thumbs up. I have hopefully some more unboxing and reviews coming, so stay tuned for those in the next couple weeks. But keep modding out there, and catch y'all in the next video. Thanks.